な父ちゃんでも嫌いじゃねえんだろ。
ああ、嫌いじゃねえよ。
Check my clock, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop.
Boruto episode 129 is finally here. This episode has pretty much been a long waited for a couple of weeks now. A lot of people understood that Boruto was going to finally get to meet Naruto as a child, and it finally happened. But before I do get into that and their interaction and how I feel about that, I do want to get into some more important things about this episode and this arc as a whole. First things first is that Urashiki is actually coming back in a few days. We found this out in the first couple of minutes of the episode, and it seems like the turtle pretty much understood that Urashiki messed up a little bit, but the biggest thing is that Urashiki is still going to be coming back in a couple of days, and that's going to be very significant, man, because in a couple of days there's going to be some very important things going on, and I'll get into that later on in the video. Now, another thing is the fact that Sasuke just went missing, and a lot of people are kind of speculating about what is actually going on, what's the situation. Is Tsunade Hokage already? Is Orochimaru going to come? A whole bunch of things like that, but it seems like Tsunade is already the Hokage. Tsunade is pretty much already settled in. The only thing is Tsunade doesn't necessarily have her stone face up yet, and honestly, what's insane is that Naruto just feels like he's unfazed. Naruto looks good. His spirits are extremely high. Like, he's just chilling, fooling around with Jiraiya, albeit he definitely does want to train and get better so he can get stronger than Sasuke and bring him back home, but still, he's just acting very cool, and that's really insane. I mean, I know that Naruto is just like a very fun-loving guy, and of course, he wasn't necessarily going to be extremely serious, but it's still just insane seeing him like that literally hours after he fought against Sasuke. And what's so satisfying about this as a whole is the fact that Sasuke is going to be in the village, adult Sasuke, when everybody is scrambling and worrying about Sasuke and where he is, so he could pretty much see everybody having their best interest for Sasuke, everybody worrying about Sasuke, everybody wanting Sasuke to be fine. It's just so good to see Sasuke's reaction to them reacting to him actually leaving. I know for Sasuke it's going to be super hard for him to keep quiet. I know it's going to be super nostalgic for him, but still, of course, Sasuke understands the big picture. He's not here for that, so I feel like Sasuke is definitely going to pass it with flying colors, but it's still going to be a very emotional scene of Sasuke actually seeing everybody just worrying about him, and of course them pretty much going to the wrong spot, them pretty much falling into all the traps, and Orochimaru just always being 2 or 3 steps ahead of everybody else and just completely outsmarting Tsunade and everybody from that actual mission. But the last couple of minutes of this episode was absolutely insane. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys absolutely love this part. Some of you emotional fans out there probably cried at this part. Naruto and Boruto were having like a heart-to-heart. They were talking about their families, they were talking about everything like that, and of course Boruto being the guy that he is. Of course, the part that hit the hardest, in my opinion, Naruto pretty much asked Boruto like, hey, you don't hate your dad, right? And Boruto said, nah, I don't hate my dad. So it just seemed like a very cool scene. Now, because of that, I feel like a lot of people are going to get the impression that Naruto probably knows that Boruto is his son, man, because Boruto called him dad a couple of times. Now, from my personal view, and I know it's going to seem like I don't like Naruto or anything like that, but I just don't think that Naruto is that sophisticated to put 2 and 2 together. I feel like at the end, when Boruto said, nah, I don't hate my dad, I feel like if Naruto knew, they would have showed some sort of reaction from Naruto. So I feel like Boruto is still in the clear. Naruto definitely doesn't know. Speaking in general terms about the overall interaction between those two, I feel like this is going to give Boruto a much deeper appreciation for what he has. Like, seeing Naruto going into his house, not having anything, not having a dad, not having a mom, not having a little sister or a sibling, it really puts everything into perspective for Boruto, seeing like, hey, I have it all. This guy literally has nothing. Boruto understood that before, man, because he had a big heart-to-heart with Naruto around the time of the Chunin exam. This right here, in my opinion, is more impactful. It's literally right in front of his face. He's seeing Naruto going home to absolutely nothing, just cups of ramen. I feel like that right there is going to be much more impactful than just a stern talking to from Naruto and everybody else from the village. Now, one thing that I was really confused about is the fact that there wasn't really a big ruckus about Boruto being in the village. If you guys recall, the Hidden Leaf village is pretty much protected by like a sensory barrier where they will know if somebody goes in the village that is not from the village. Their chakra will automatically send off signals to say that, hey, this guy is not from the village. And Boruto wasn't greeted with like Amu Black Ops. Boruto wasn't greeted with Jonin pretty much questioning him and asking him what's going on. He was literally greeted by Jiraiya, Naruto, and the Hokage. It was just like super chill, and you would think that the village would be like on high alert, man, because the gang just went missing, but nah, it wasn't like that. For example, if you guys recall, when Pain entered the village, everybody was on alert, everybody was hyped, everybody was ready to fight, and it just seemed like Boruto entering the village, it was just like, everything's cool. We understood that Sasuke probably wouldn't get detected because he's from the Hidden Leaf Village, but it was still kind of confusing for Boruto. Now, of course, the best part of the episode was seeing Naruto and Boruto's chemistry throughout the episode. It was like night and day. We understood that Naruto and Boruto were a lot alike. From the first time we seen Boruto, a lot of people were saying that he's like a carbon copy of Naruto, even though he's a little bit different from the personality. But still, coming into this episode, we understood that they'd pretty much be a lot alike, and they did not let us down. It's like they were literally mirroring each other's speeches. They were saying, you know, and of course that's only unique to the Uzumakis, and because they're so much alike, I would be absolutely shocked, I mean like stunned, if they don't realize that Boruto and Sasuke are from the future. Now, I spoke about this in the preview of this episode, that would be extremely far-fetched, and the first person that brings up that theory will probably be checked into a mental institution, but it's just so clear. Now, coming into this episode, the big theme is, can Boruto keep a secret? Now, off the rip, it seemed like Boruto couldn't really keep a secret. Let me not even sugarcoat it. Boruto can't keep a secret for anything. The first time he seen Naruto, he called him dad. Like the second time he spoke to Naruto, he called him dad. He almost called him dad when they were going to sleep. Boruto just literally has no self-discipline, almost the exact same way as Naruto, which is kind of funny. Now, the thing about Boruto, and I kind of thought this would be a little bit unique from Boruto and Naruto, the fact that Boruto has a little bit more discipline than Naruto. Of course, you understand that Boruto is still overzealous. Boruto is still very childish, but in terms of him, like in a class setting, him knowing things, he's a little bit smarter than Naruto. I wouldn't say a little bit, he's a lot smarter than Naruto, and I thought that he of all people would probably understand the severity and the importance of a mission like this, but he just bungled the whole thing. It's like if Boruto was talking to anybody else, calling them dad, calling them mom or anything like that, if he was talking to anybody else, they would catch wind of it. But because it was Naruto, he had absolutely no idea what was going on. I definitely don't think that Naruto's gonna catch wind of it throughout this whole arc as a whole, man, because he's just that slow in the head. Like, let's be honest. Now, one of the big questions coming into this arc is about the timelines, and I spoke about this in my previous video. I spoke about how timelines could be a big thing in terms of time travel. For example, just using an extreme analogy of Sasuke, for example, kills Rock Lee. Metal Lee in the future, Metal Lee in their present time would pretty much be dead. Now, if it is the same exact timeline, when Boruto goes back in the future, Metal Lee won't be there. But if it is a different timeline, they can go back to their own future and Metal Lee would still be there. The timeline that they killed Rock Lee in, though, Metal Lee wouldn't appear. But that's just solely if it's different timelines. Now, we didn't really get a lot of answers from the turtle in the first couple of minutes. I kind of thought that we were going to get a little bit of answers, but the turtle kept it extremely vague, and I really didn't like it because of that. I even had to watch it a couple of times to see if he gave an inkling about the future timelines and the timeline situation in this arc. Now, he told Boruto and Sasuke, if you do things right now, it could affect things in the future. Now, he didn't necessarily say it would affect things in their future. It just said future, period. And I think that right there was kept vague for a reason. They might just want to keep it dangling in front of us and just have us questioning it for a very long time, but I really do hope that it's just different timelines. It would just be so much more satisfying. Once Boruto and Sasuke goes back into their actual future, nothing will be changed. There will be no repercussions. But of course, if it is the same timeline, they would have to be extremely careful, man, because everything in the future might be different. Boruto's name might not even be Boruto right now, man, because Naruto understands that he met someone in the past named Boruto and he can't name his son after someone like that. Now, if it is different timelines, just speaking hypothetically, I would love to see Sasuke pull up on Akatsuki. I tweeted this yesterday. I said, yo, if Sasuke would just pull up on Akatsuki and solo all of them, everything would be pretty much good. Everything would be done. It would just be so satisfying to see Sasuke just solo all of them. Now, of course, one of the biggest things, of course, Sasuke right now is extremely drained. He probably wouldn't be able to solo all of them, even though I think he would. A more realistic way is for Sasuke to go on like an assassination mission and just one by one assassinate all of them. Assassinate Kakuzu, assassinate Hidan, probably save the best for last. Save Itachi for last. Sasuke pulling up on Itachi would probably be a top 5 moment of all time, even though a lot of the Naruto purists are saying that this arc seems so unrealistic and it's probably straying far away from the original Naruto series. But still, if that happens, if Sasuke pulls up on Itachi and possibly even beats Itachi in a battle, probably not even that, even just meets Itachi, that right there would definitely be a top 5 moment of all time in Naruto. And of course, the Naruto purists will probably agree with that as well. They pretty much love a scene like that. I personally feel like that's probably not going to happen. This is literally just a pipe dream, but if that does happen, it would just be absolutely amazing. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below, and give me your wish list about what you guys want to see in the upcoming episodes of Boruto and this arc. As the writer said, everything is pretty much up in the air. Anything is possible, and I really like that about the Boruto writers, how they're being extremely spontaneous, and this is something very new for them. They're never really this creative, and I kind of do want to commend them for that. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. It's me, your boy Baara B, and we out.
Check my clock, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols. Reaming my body, clothing no issue. Bitch, you look sick, you need a tissue. You drop a body, I just might bless you. I'm at your sexual, no high cholesterol. Where's Jenny Craig? Bitch, let's get sexual.